Hey everyone out there, how are you this evening? Crazy times, right? So crazy times also require us to do things a little bit different, right? I'm sure that all of you have experienced some big differences this week. I know having my kids at home and homeschooling and like all of this stuff that we're experiencing, some of us for the first time ever. And so, self-sabotage into in our own plan is certainly going to be up there. We're under a lot of stress, and as I have known from all of my patients over 28 years, the first thing that happens in stress is plans for health, plans for businesses, all of our best intentions, and all of those things go right out the window when we're feeling stressed out and anxious. And so, hey everyone. And so, I leaned into, an old friend, if you will, John Maxwell. So John Maxwell is a prolific author and leader of leaders. And he's been an advisor to presidents and heads of state all around the globe. And so I listened to a message, and some of what I'm about to share with you tonight is taken from that. I've kind of repackaged it to make it me, and not him. And so there's six basic things that you can do as we lean into some of these new things that we're approaching. Instead of the self-sabotage, you can actually learn how to lead yourself. In this time, we've got some of us have some time on our hands. I know some of you don't actually have more time on your hands. You may actually feel like you have less. If you're trying to take care of little kids and they're running all over the place and all that, and I really, my heart goes out to you. And we're also not running to the grocery store all the time, and we're not running and into our distractions anymore. And so, the first thing out of the six things that I want to share with you is, trust in your higher power. For me, you all know I'm a pretty strong Christian, and that's y'all. You all can own whatever your religion and whatever your beliefs are. I'm definitely not going to judge any of that. But trust God, trust the universe, trust in where you put your faith. Like for me, I said, that's a big chunk for me, is to trust that there's somebody else that knows there's a bigger, higher thing happening here. So, and when you can do that, that pulls in a piece of hope for you. And that's actually number 2, is to remember that there's hope and that this isn't going to go on forever. And then back up. Sometimes we get so mired in the details and the news and the bad stuff that we forget to back up and oh, look, we still have running water and we still have electricity and we all have homes to live in. And, frankly, most of us have food on the table, and, there's an awful lot of things to be grateful for. So back up and take a higher view of, hey, there's some things that we could really change for the better in our life. I've shifted my routine around and played around with things a lot in the last 5 or 6 days. Just, hey, what's going to work now? And I've been able to really create a lot more. So this is going to be good for you all, right? So take that higher view and then dive off of that diving board, if you will, into look at number 4 is details. What is your current reality? Take a look around. If you're sick, then take care of yourself. If you don't want to get sick, take care of yourself, right? Knock off the sugar, knock off the junk food. That is not going to help your immune system if you do get sick, right? So let's think about eating healthfully so that if something does come along, your body is strong and ready to take care of yourself. So that's look at the details. What is your current reality, right? Knock it up, whatever that is. And then, how's your attitude? Is your attitude kind of sucked? Or are you going into this wow, this is going to be some new adventure? Or maybe someplace in between, I don't know, there's some anxiety here and I don't understand and I'm fearful and some of those things, right? But what's your attitude, right? And then, because our attitude is totally controllable, we can control it. Even if we think our ego is in control, which is what's happening when we get into this fear place, you can think about the thoughts that come before whatever those feelings are, because it's the thoughts that drive the feelings. So how's your attitude? You know, John Maxwell says, sometimes you win and sometimes we learn. And I think that this is definitely a learning place, right? I think that this is a place that we can win and learn. We can change some of the things that we're doing, and we can learn from what we've done in the past, right? You know, this is a time when we're all out of our comfort zones, right? But that takes courage to keep moving forward instead of just sitting back and procrastinating and not doing anything, which also can lead to depression and anxiety when we have this lack of sense of control. So let's puff up our courage just a little bit and do some things that are different, and make some courageous choices, right? So first one is trust God or whatever your higher power is. Have some hope. Take a higher view, you know, get out of your head, and then look at the details of where you really are and find some gratitude in that. And then how's your attitude? Are you winning and learning, or are you trying to sit back in your comfort zone and not move? And, you know, to break out of that and how to make some courageous choices to actually lead yourself someplace different. And then what are the action steps that you can take? What can you do, right? What do you have control over in this time? It's not all the can't and but and I'll try. It's like, what can you do? And if there are things that you need help with, ask for support. Maybe this is a time in your life where you're like, wow, I don't have anybody around me. I live alone or something like that. Jump on FaceTime with somebody. Jump on your Facebook and say, hey, people, I don't know who my friends are out there. Can we, you know, have a watch party? Can we jump on FaceTime together? Is there some other, can you Skype somebody? Like, reach out instead of sitting back and feeling sad and depressed. So each one of these things I'm going to dive into a little bit more over the next week or so. Trusting in your God and your higher power, and having hope, and taking a higher 50,000 foot view of our life, and then diving into and understanding our current reality, really diving into your attitude. That's number 5. And then what action steps can you take? So those are the things that you can use to actually lead yourself into a different place during these weird times. So love seeing you all. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you tomorrow probably. Take care.